Do they truly love you for who you are, or are they just in love with the version of you they've built in their mind? This question has haunted countless women in relationships, and it's not always easy to answer. Sometimes the signs are subtle but telling. Today, we're going to break down how to tell if someone loves the real you or just the idea of you. This isn't about over-analyzing every interaction. It's about understanding the difference between genuine connection and superficial infatuation. Stick around, because this might change the way you see your relationship forever. Welcome to a new video from the Psychology Simplified YouTube channel. If you are new here, subscribe for more social psychology videos and comment down below, "I subscribed," and let us welcome you. Let's start. 1. They ignore your flaws. When someone is in love with the idea of you, they often ignore your imperfections. It might seem sweet at first, but it's a red flag. Love isn't about pretending the other person is perfect. It's about embracing them fully, flaws and all. If they gloss over your quirks or dismiss your vulnerabilities, it's a sign they're focused on an idealized version of you. Genuine love acknowledges imperfection. Someone who truly loves you will see your flaws and still choose to stay. They won't downplay your insecurities or avoid tough conversations. Instead, they'll support you through them because they value the real, complex you. Pay attention to how they react when you show vulnerability. Do they listen and engage, or do they change the subject? If they're only comfortable with the perfect version of you, it's not love, it's fantasy. Real love thrives in authenticity, not illusion. 2. They love how you make them feel. They make it about themselves. Someone who loves the idea of you often focuses on how you make them feel, rather than who you are as a person. They might enjoy the attention, validation, or excitement you bring into their life, but their focus is entirely self-centered. True love is about reciprocity. If they only stick around during the good times or when you're boosting their ego, it's a one-sided connection. Watch how they behave when you're struggling or not at your best. Do they offer support, or do they withdraw because you're no longer fulfilling their needs? Relationships shouldn't feel like a performance where you're constantly trying to keep someone entertained. If their love depends on how you make them feel rather than who you are, it's not love, it's dependency. And it's a cycle that leaves you emotionally drained. 3. They see you as a reflection of their desires. When someone loves the idea of you, they'll often project their own expectations or fantasies onto you. Instead of getting to know the real you, they'll try to mold you into their vision of the perfect partner. This might manifest in subtle ways, like expecting you to act a certain way, or more overtly, like criticizing you for not meeting their standards. Love that's rooted in projection feels restrictive. You'll find yourself walking on eggshells, trying to fit into their image of you rather than being your authentic self. Over time, this erodes your sense of identity and leaves you questioning your worth. Healthy love allows room for individuality. If someone truly loves you, they'll celebrate your uniqueness instead of trying to change you. Be wary of anyone who seems more invested in who they want you to be than in who you actually are. 4. They avoid emotional depth. People who love the idea of you often shy away from emotional depth. They prefer to keep things light and surface level because diving deeper means confronting the complexities of who you are. They'll avoid tough conversations or deflect when things get too real. Genuine love thrives in emotional intimacy. Someone who truly loves you will want to understand your fears, dreams, and past. They'll be willing to have difficult conversations and navigate uncomfortable truths because they value the real connection it brings. If your relationship feels shallow, it's worth asking why. Are they genuinely interested in you, or are they just enjoying the convenience of having someone around? Real love requires depth, and without it, the relationship is bound to feel empty. 5. They're fixated on who you could be. There's a difference between supporting your growth and being obsessed with your potential. Someone who loves the idea of you often focuses on what they think you could become rather than appreciating who you are right now. This type of relationship can feel like a constant uphill battle. Instead of celebrating your current self, they're always pushing you to meet some future ideal. While growth is important, it should never come at the expense of feeling accepted in the present. True love embraces both your journey and your destination. If someone only values you for your potential, they're not seeing the real you. Don't let their fixation on the future overshadow your worth today. 6. They disappear when it gets hard. Real love isn't just about celebrating the good times, it's about showing up during the hard ones. If someone pulls away when things get difficult, it's a clear sign they're not invested in you. They're only there for the easy parts. Relationships are tested in moments of struggle. Someone who loves the idea of you will view your challenges as inconveniences rather than opportunities to grow closer. They might offer shallow support or avoid engaging altogether. Love is proven in action, not words. If they can't handle your lows, they don't deserve your highs. Don't waste your energy on someone who only sticks around when it's convenient. 7. They prioritize appearances over substance. When someone is more concerned with how your relationship looks to others than how it feels to you, they're likely in love with the idea of you. Public displays of affection, curated social media posts, or constant efforts to show off your connection often point to superficial motives. This obsession with appearances can make you feel like an accessory rather than a partner. Instead of building a meaningful bond, they're focused on the validation they get from being with you. True love values authenticity over image. If they care more about impressing others than building a real connection, it's a sign their priorities are misplaced. Don't let yourself become a prop in someone else's performance. 8. They struggle to open up. Loving someone means being vulnerable, but people who love the idea of you often struggle with this. They'll keep their guard up, avoiding genuine emotional connection because it requires risk and effort. Instead of opening up, they might deflect or keep the relationship superficial. This lack of vulnerability creates a wall between you, making it impossible to build a deeper bond. It's not love if they're unwilling to let you in. Real love requires mutual vulnerability. It's about sharing your fears, insecurities, and hopes without fear of judgment. If they're unwilling to take that step, they're not loving you fully. They're keeping you at arm's length. 9. They resist compromise. Relationships require effort and compromise, but someone who loves the idea of you will often resist this. They want things their way, with little regard for your needs or boundaries. This selfishness is a clear sign they're not truly invested in the relationship. Compromise is about meeting in the middle and finding solutions that work for both partners. If they refuse to budge or expect you to do all the adjusting, it's a one-sided dynamic. Real love prioritizes balance and mutual respect. Don't ignore the signs of unwillingness to compromise. If someone truly loves you, they'll value your happiness as much as their own. A relationship built on one person's terms isn't love, it's control. 10. They can't answer why they love you. One of the simplest ways to tell if someone loves you or just the idea of you is to ask why they love you. If their answers are vague or surface level, like "you're fun" or "you're beautiful," it's a red flag. Genuine love goes deeper than surface qualities. Someone who truly loves you will be able to articulate what they value about your personality, your character, and the way you make them feel. Their love will be rooted in who you are, not just how you look or what you provide. If their reasons for loving you feel shallow or generic, it's worth re-evaluating the relationship. Real love is specific and personal, not vague or superficial. Don't settle for less. Knowing whether someone loves you or just the idea of you is crucial for building meaningful, lasting relationships. Pay attention to the signs, trust your instincts, and never settle for anything less than real love. If you've made it this far, let us know what you think in the comment section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.